Hello everyone, welcome. This is SEC Fanatics YouTube exclusive preseason preliminary. This is the segment of SEC Fanatics podcast where we take a look at an SEC football team leading up to the 2018 college football season. Before we get started, let me take a second to tell you guys about the regular podcast. It is all about the SEC from a fan's perspective, from the fan's eyes, and then sometimes with some interviews with those who are not just fans but experts in their field or whatever they do. So go ahead and check that out. That's on iTunes, Stitcher, or YouTube with, again, SEC Fanatic. This week on preseason preliminary, we will take a look at Alabama. They went 13-1 in 2017 with a sole loss being to Auburn and, of course, winning the 2017-2018 National Championship. In 2018, most of the talk is about their quarterback battle. But to me, that's kind of unnecessary and regardless, because we've seen times in Alabama's history before under Nick Saban where they go in and have no idea who their quarterback's going to be and come out with a quarterback who does well for Alabama. And Alabama still does well and contends for an SEC championship and a national title. So the fact that they have two quarterbacks, I get that it intrigues a lot of people, and it kind of intrigues me to see who's going to win. But that's not what I'm going to spend most of this time talking about, because that's, to me, overtalked. I want to give you a perspective on the rest of the 21 players who are going to be on the field. Alabama needs to look at their defense because they are losing 6 out of their 10 top defenders from last year. They also lose Bo Scarborough on offense and Calvin Ridley, who was their top wide receiver. Bo Scarborough, I think, was their number 3 rusher. Damian Harris was the number 1. Jalen Hurts was number 2. And Bo Scarborough was number 3. But Bo Scarborough provided that kind of power. He just ran over people again and again and again and again. And Alabama is definitely going to miss him. So he'll definitely be interesting to replace. But there's a stable of running backs left for them. Of course, there's plenty of wide receivers on offense. I'm not too concerned about this Alabama offense. I think the Alabama offense is set. The defense, losing so much talent, is the big concern for me. If this were any other team, I would say that this may be that may be a down for them. When you lose your top receiver, your number 3 rusher, and 6 out of your top 10 defenders, that would point to a down season for 9 out of 10 teams. But Alabama is that 1 out of 10 team that it really doesn't. I mean, we've seen it time and time again where we think, oh, this is going to be Alabama's down year, and it isn't. Alabama just finds a way to replace those people again and again and again. So, and especially when you take a look at Alabama's schedule, if you go and look at it, it is the easiest schedule in the SEC. And I'm not the only one saying that. That is, SG1 Sports is a great channel, and they went in and ranked all of the schedules by how hard they are. And Alabama and Georgia's were the easiest. And they'll probably be the 2 in the SEC championship again this year. If Alabama does not get in the SEC championship, then it will be embarrassing for Alabama. Alabama, let's move on to predicting their season. This prediction is going to come from 247sports.com, and they predict them to go 12-0 with wins over everyone. And everyone being Louisville, Arkansas State, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mizzou, Tennessee, LSU, Mississippi State, the Citadel, and Auburn. And losses to no one, because that's what 12-0 means. Which, I mean, you take a look at that, and, if you think that schedule's tough, then, you can make the argument that it's in the SEC, so it's not tough, but it is a pretty easy schedule compared to some other people, compared to people like Auburn, Texas A&M, LSU, especially LSU. Their schedules are a whole lot tougher. And so Alabama's path to the SEC championship is pretty clear, pretty expected, and they are definitely hoping to make another college football playoff run to win another national title, and definitely a path to the Mercedes-Benz Dome in Atlanta for the 2018 SEC Championship. We'll see if they get there, and as much as I hate to say it being an Auburn fan, but good luck to Alabama. Staying neutral on the podcast. That's what we do. But good luck to Alabama in 2018. A reminder, again, go check out the full podcasts on YouTube, iTunes, and Stitcher. That's going to be all for today. Thank you guys for your time. This has been SEC Fanatic. God bless.